Hey there, YU family. It is I, Alfonso, one half of your favorite podcast. I bet you're listening and watching this and you're saying, why wasn't there an episode that came out on Tuesday? Well, I got a wonderful explanation for you. The Friday we recorded the episode, I got home a little late. Jiffy Lube decided to take their sweet time putting an oil change into my work truck. And when I set up everything for the show, I did not connect the soundboard to the camera to pick up audio. And then you would say, didn't you have a backup plan? Usually I do. I just hook up the soundboard to the laptop and get backup audio. But I didn't do that either. So the episode that you are getting ready to partake in sounds like not garbled. We just sound super far away. I was going to scrap this, but certain things have happened that made me realize that I need to focus on what I like to do, and what I like to do is keep you entertained. So after conferring with my lovely wife, who is not here right now, she is in Shreveport at this current moment. After talking with her, we decided to show it, warts and all. And that is actually going to be a theme for today's episode, because the TV behind us wasn't working right when we were recording either. So it's all fails, but we actually had something very interesting that we wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, it's not going to be our best, but things happen just before our 40th episode, which will be coming next week on time with good audio and good video and better energy than I had for this one. But I hope you guys enjoy it. If you don't, hit me up and tell me you didn't like it, because I need to know these things. The only way the podcast is going to get better is if you let us know. So yeah, actually made sure that this is connected now so that this won't happen again. Also, look at this nice little microphone. I just bought it. I don't know why I bought it. Anyway, love you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it, and we will see you next time.
Coming up, we will be playing a game called The Ant by somebody called Skindy. And we'll be talking about the week and what happened during the week. Hit the music. Podcast time. I'm Mikayla.
And I'm Al.
And welcome to the YU Podcast.
I'm judging you so hard.
Why? Because I gospelized the intro?
No, because I cued you in, you looked at me like, it's like, go. I don't want to point at you. I don't want you to feel like that. There's...
You supposed to do like the people on the newscasters when they're like, back to you, so and so. You supposed to point at
I
you.
would think, this is our 39th episode, right? I would think after me doing it like 30 plus times, you would know like the cues and when I come in and all this stuff. You just be...
Nope, I just be in my world and you be in your world and you push the button.
That's a shame.
And I do me.
That's a shame.
And boom, bam, boom.
What would you do without me?
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, that's why we have each other, so.
That's fair.
I don't want to know what life is like without you.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I don't want to know either. But people, we are off to a fantastic start already.
Right.
Welcome again to the YU Podcast, #1 podcast for the two people that's sitting right here that got their COVID shots and their arms are falling off because, oh my God, my arm is killing me.
Mine is getting on the better end. It was super sore yesterday.
That's because you took yours Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
today
my
is
arm
Friday.
will feel better tomorrow. Because my arm, like, all day just been killing me.
I know.
I don't know. I think I hate the fact that I got to take 2 shots. I wish I had the Johnson & Johnson so I could just get the one.
One shot, one hit, a quitter.
Yeah. People, when you get these shots, and I hope you're getting these shots, because me, I hate needles, right? So I'm going to get the shot.
You big baby.
If you don't go get the shot, we going to have words with you. But
I ain't going to say that because I ain't going to judge people.
I wasn't like actually judging them. I was just making the joke, and then here comes realistic because I'm not going to judge them because people don't want to do. That's fair.
But
I didn't want to.
We did what we wanted to do for our family, and that was our decision to go and get the shot. Because the first was going back and forth.
What's the screen doing?
I don't know.
Oh Lord.
First we were going back and forth, and we decided to go on and do it.
Did we? I don't think we really had a choice. I don't remember having a choice in the matter. If I'm just being honest with you, my mom was like, "Hey, I can get you signed up for the COVID shot," and I was like, "I don't know what my schedule's gonna be. I don't know if I'm working overtime." And while I'm sitting there talking to her, she's like, "So in Red Oak, they have an appointment at 5:30 on Thursday. You want it?" I was like, "Fine, just sign me up for it." And then it turned into like this whole like not ordeal, but I think I made it to the CVS with like 3 minutes to spare because my appointment was 5:30, and with traffic was the worst that I had seen it in forever. I got there at 5:27 and clocked in.
You made it.
Not clocked in because I wasn't at work. I
checked
signed.
In.
Yeah. I'm tired,
the
y'all.
text message check in.
Yeah, that CVS actually sent me the link to check in.
Mine did too.
When I did the COVID stuff, like the test, they didn't send me the link to like check in that I was there. They were just like, "Hey, just be there, and then someone will come outside and make sure you're there." Mm-hmm. They didn't really care. I could have showed up at whatever time I wanted. They just gave me my test.
Mine was on a Wednesday right after work. It was at 6 o'clock. So as soon as I finished my client, I ain't even
clean.
No, wait, let me finish this question because I want people to know I sanitize all the time. Let me finish my story, okay? I didn't clean right at that time because that was my last client. I wanted to get on to doing my shot, okay? And then I went over there, did that, boom, bam, boom, came on back. Then I cleaned and sanitized so it would be clean for the next day. Letting y'all know I clean, people. I was cleaning before COVID. I clean even more now.
I'm just mad you taking it out on the table. Just a banging away.
Well, you know when I explain things, I gotta use my hands. So therefore, this table is here.
The love taps come back. They're just not this way. They're this way. I can appreciate that.
Whatever.
But now, we're going to get into some things before we actually get into this lovely segment that we wanted to introduce on Valentine's.
But we didn't get the card in time.
That's right. And then the snowstorm hit, and it came in that Monday or that Tuesday, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, well, hey.
The day after.
The day after, and we would have done it, the snow episode we did, we would have done it that week, but, the world has a way of doing what it wants to us. So, we have, what's it called? We watched a certain movie last night.
We did.
That has been getting some mixed reviews from the internet.
Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it yet. We're going to put a timestamp in the description from where we started to where we end in case you don't want no spoiler alerts. But if you don't mind, then listen.
Maybe this time I'll actually put the information in the time, like the timestamp, because
sometimes I
forget to do stuff and then I actually do it.
Shouting out people, oh yeah, then you be forgetting to put that stuff.
So this will be a mini Black Card Revoked, not Black Card Revoked. It'll be a mini review coming to America that is now available on Prime Video. So, dearest, what did you think of you just...
Because you didn't say two.
Yes, Coming to America. That's the title.
I'm still say Coming to
See, no one asked you, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and tell, because you work it. You
want me to tell what I thought?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I would.
Why you gotta...
What do you mean?
Anyway, so you can never what's the word?
Compare?
Not compare. I mean, you can't do that either. But you can never get close to the original of any type of movie, any sequel or any franchise of movies can never compare. I guess you can say compare to the person.
I can't with you. You went through all of that just to come back to you can't really compare to the original.
To the original. So nothing will be like the original Coming to America. But I didn't go into watching this with that mindset, and we said that yesterday too. I just want to watch it as a movie and take that to account that this is 2021. So things won't be like how they used to be. Certain words you can't say, certain innuendos, certain phrases. And when I saw that it was PG-13, I already knew that they wasn't going to go like they used to because the original was rated R. You dropped all the F-bombs, you want everything. I was like, okay, we probably going to get one or two. What's wrong?
It keeps going off.
I guess the TV said I'll take off today. Anyway, what?
I don't know why you're doing it. It's probably it's that kind of day actually.
It's up. But yeah, so I took it for that, and so they had a whole lot of cameos. I was like, oh, where they come from? Oh, they brought it back to blah blah. They had a whole lot of cameos. A lot of the jokes were cheesy, corny, but I was like, that's to be expected. It's 2021. And then when you introducing new characters that we hadn't seen before, sometimes it's gonna be a little cheesy, corny. I mean, but it was cool. I loved the hairstyles because the hairstyles. I was checking it out. I was like, okay, we gonna be in Africa, but not really Africa. We're gonna be in Africa, Atlanta.
We're gonna be in Atlanta.
We're gonna be in
Wakanda,
Atlanta.
Wakanda. What am I saying? That made no sense whatsoever.
Anyway, so the hairstyles were amazing. Costumes were awesome. Loved how whoever was the costume designer, did their thing. As far as storyline, I mean, it was okay.
It was a story.
It was a story.
Interesting protagonist and antagonist. Characters went to places and saw things. So it was a movie.
They did things.
Yeah,
and then there was a lot of nostalgia in there. That they, kind of went back and forth with things that happened in the original, and then added to that in this, which was, creative. Yeah. It was cool to see everybody, and then the musical guests. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
And Vogue and Auntie Gladys.
It was kind of cool seeing In Vogue and Salt and Pepper perform together. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't matter.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. It was just kind of cool to see. In Vogue was doing the hook for Salt and Pepper, and then Salt and Pepper came in and did their little rap or whatever. Mm-hmm. That was cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was just nostalgia glasses.
Right. And so that was cool to see that, and it was cool. Always cool to see Wesley acting again.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when the last time you seen Wesley?
Dolomite.
Oh,
Dolomite is my name.
He was in that, and he was in that too.
He was.
What else? I don't know. I guess go with what you about to say, and I'll probably piggyback.
Okay, so coming to
real quick. I'm sorry. If I was giving it a grade, or do you want me to wait till after you do yours and we both give it a grade?
That would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, let me do mine and then we actually give grades.
Okay.
So I was making sure there wasn't
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Jumped in on me last time. I'm just making sure when
I'm not gonna say nothing new.
We're not joining no gangs. I don't want to get jumped in this time.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so what I was gonna say is that Coming to America, the original, is one of my favorite films of all time. It's one of the reasons why I always wanted to make people laugh, because I know how the movie made me feel just getting those laughs in. And when this movie was announced, I knew it wasn't going to be as good, because nothing can top a classic.
Right.
You can try, but it's just not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I decided to go into it just trying to enjoy it, because how many more opportunities will we actually get to see a lot of these actors? Right. James Earl Jones is old. Love him. I love him. How many more opportunities are we going to get with him and John Amos and Arsenio Hall? All of these comedy legends, you can see that they're old, and you have to enjoy it for what it was.
Right.
And a lot of people are and this is the one thing that I hate about comedy, and this is one reason why I sometimes don't tell people that I liken myself as a comedian, is that when they hear that you do comedy or this is a comedy movie, they sit back with their arms folded and make me laugh then. Tell me a joke, clown. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, that's not what comedy. That's not what comedy is. Comedy.
It's not what it's all about.
Yeah, it should be
layers to it.
An experience. And for this is a different experience than what was. There were things they were able to do in the first one that they couldn't do. And I'm not saying that we become more politically correct, but we become more knowledgeable of people who didn't feel represented back then. So I was talking to my coworker Ryan today about it, and I was like, that joke where they go to the bar and they're meeting all these women, and then Arsenio's dressed up as a woman and is hitting on Akeem because they're sitting next to each other, and it's like. You couldn't really tell that joke. Like, they kind of did it, but they couldn't really do it now. They showed it, but they didn't, And that's fine. Comedy should evolve with the times. Right. And I know some people are like, well, people are too sensitive today, and that's a conversation I would love to have one day, but maybe not now. As far as, the movie is concerned, first of all, the costume design and the hairstyles. I was like, man, I was so proud to see how everything was done. Yeah. And the fact that they were able to tackle the subject matter and it not feel, overdone. Because it's kind of hard to find an angle to make a sequel off of a film that really had no loose ends. And then when they did, I was
like, what?
Yeah, it was like, how would they have made that work? He had a time in New York. And then
before
it was like, the way they
had a little time and the way they showed it.
Yeah. I'll say don't give too much now.
I just said a little time.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. Okay. And then you find yourself chuckling. You're not gonna have gut busting laughter because
it's not that done already. Yeah, it's not that type of movie.
Exactly. So, I don't know what's going on.
I'll listen. Go ahead.
So, for those of you that are listening to the podcast and now watching, so we usually have our logo on the TV behind us, and for whatever reason, probably because of fatigue and a bunch of other factors, the logo won't stay on. The Amazon TV is just doing whatever it wants. I don't appreciate it. I do not appreciate it at all. But full disclosure, this is who we are, warts and all. But
not warts.
I mean, blemishes, anything that's unsightly to the presentation. Did it just cut off again?
No.
Okay, there you go. So, I've said all that to say, my favorite part of all of it was Wesley Snipes. Every time he came on, I was like, man, they need to put Wesley in more roles because he brings it.
Wesley.
So, now we get to the grading portion. So if you were to give it a grade, what grade would you give it?
I would give it a B minus.
B minus? That's
fair. I wouldn't give it, a D or F because it wasn't terrible. I wouldn't give it a C because it wasn't C is super average. But I wouldn't say it was average because it's still nostalgia in there. So I'd say B minus.
I would give it a C plus. Because it is average, but it's not super average. Because super average is a C minus. C plus is, it's average. The jokes were hit or miss. But you factor in nostalgia, everything that we saw, and the fact that, they introduced some actors and actresses that could pull us where we want to go as far as entertainment is concerned.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
So you can see it if you want to, if you have Prime Video, or you can bum someone else's login information and watch it that way. Or if you are a pirate like we used to be, because we stopped being pirates, you could watch it on the Fire Stick.
Who stopped being pirate?
Oh, let me shut up for the FBI pop up and
I don't do nothing. What y'all talking about? They listening.
It was funny. One day we were talking on the phone, and we could you were talking, and there was an echo on my headphones, which was weird because that rarely happened. And you're like, how can I hear you? And I was like, it's probably because our FBI agents are listening to the call at the same time.
And I was like, wait, what?
And they're overlapping each other.
Okay, I had to switch that because they had a Black History Month thing on there too, so I had to switch it. I had to delete that so to show that.
Oh, so Amazon just be putting stuff
No,
in your...
they didn't put that in there. I put that in there. Because I had used it when I needed a Black History back one day.
Oh,
so it was rotating.
I get to blame you for something. That's cool.
What do you...
Kayla out here with the hijinks on the YU podcast.
No, that wasn't the reason why the thing kept going back and forth, the lifesaver thing. I was just... whatever. Anyway.
Oh, man. Is there anything... we haven't seen WandaVision yet. This is Friday. Right now it is 6:21. We haven't seen it yet. I am super hyped to see it. I don't know how to articulate just how excited I am. I was trying to figure out how maybe AD could stay at my mom's house again tonight so we don't have to go get him because I'm tired. But I'm so...
You saw what?
I'm so excited.
Oh.
So excited. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
Tell me whatever you like.
That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something like, oh, yeah. No, okay. So, this segment, I'm excited about it. I'm also nervous because I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know what exactly this is going to be. But
you never seen some of those videos?
I did not, and I'm pretty sure you told me to do it, and I didn't do it.
Well, I didn't tell you to do it. I mean, that's how I first found out about this because on Facebook it showed their, like, you know how they show little videos and stuff. And I saw it and I was like, oh, what's this? And it was a game. Well, yeah, I guess it's considered like a game, but it's like it gets real.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you seen that on Facebook before, like the people face each other and stuff.
I saw a snippet, but I didn't like actually watch it, if that makes sense. Because I like to try to do things as organically as possible. So I wanted to come into this thing pretty fresh. So I'm not
saying leading up to it. I'm just saying like in the past you never seen any of those videos.
No. Matter of fact, I only saw the video when you told me about it. I didn't even know this really existed until you were like, hey, we should do this for Valentine's Day.
Okay. So
this is called what? And it's created by the Skin Deep Media Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
An Emmy award-winning experience that explores relationships by creating the space for honest communication and deep listening. The And facilitates an environment of vulnerability, more meaningful moments, and stronger understanding for one another by making challenging conversation easy and fun. This deck features 199 cards with thought-provoking prompts to get you conversing and connecting deeply. Lean into discomfort, discover something new, and explore your relationship, all by asking better questions.
Okay.
And on the website, I remember they have like 3 or 4 different decks.
Yeah, they got a lot. I think they got more than that.
They have a lot of different decks to choose from, and we chose the couples edition, long-term couples edition.
Because we a long-term
We've
couple.
been together for a long time. So what I'm going to do is...
And I guess...
No, go ahead, don't listen.
No, I was going to say, I guess since they have a lot of cards too, we can make more segments with it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're only probably going to get through like 10.
Yeah, 10 sounds like a good number. I think anything more than 10 would be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm going to do is open this little box now.
Open the box.
And
what's in the
rethink how you connect. #share humanity. That's the card you see at the very beginning.
Okay.
And then I think I just read this on the back, so it's the same thing. It's a nice little
What's on the inside
here. So on the inside, I'll read this to you. So this says, "Welcome to the end. Get ready to enter a unique space from which to explore your relationships. As far as the experience goes, the rules are simple. 1, sit facing one another with a comfortable distance between us. I mean, you know, that's fine.
We're comfortable.
You touch me, get your hand on my face. 2, choose an equal number of random cards from the deck.
Okay.
3, take 30 seconds to relax and look at one another. I mean, we've already started going. I don't want to take 30 seconds of just silence and staring at each other. 3, alternate asking / answering all the questions. That says each question must be asked, but you do not have to answer the question. To earn the right to remain silent, you must look the person in the eye for 10 seconds before saying pass. These questions create the space for meaningful conversation, or I think this just continues what they says. So what it says on the back, or an opportunity to learn through vulnerability, and most importantly, are a fun way to deepen the connections in your life. Much love and enjoy the Skin Deep team.
Shout out to y'all.
Then there's
We'll put the link in the description.
Then
For real this time.
They got a QR code in there. Scan the QR code to explore our database of human emotion.
So since we're gonna do 10, we're gonna do 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. So it's
Go
got a
on, dish and matinee,
it's
homie.
got a how to play card at the top. So
It's probably the same thing.
It's a nice little. We do this like they do on the what you call. It's got a nice little design on the card there.
Should I shuffle them or don't?
I don't think
It's
it
fresh.
matters.
3, 4,
5 and
I'm
5.
counting them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, and then I'll
1, 2,
just
3, 4, 5. And if y'all want to know how it looks on camera,
1, 2, 3,
this
4,
is the back
5,
part of it,
3, 4.
and this is the front part of it.
Okay. So I'll set this right here, and then whatever cards we want to put, you hand it to me, and we'll put it in there. Let me shuffle my little 5 cards. What we'll do is we'll stare at each other longingly for 5 seconds, and then who would you like to go first?
Wait, we stare at each other first and then read it?
No, like we just we'll take 5 seconds to embrace each other.
Oh, and then
Like we look each other in the eyes, so there'll be trust, and
Okay.
then we'll start with the cards.
Okay.
That way, we're actually following somewhat the directions that they gave.
Rule.
So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here you go. So it'll be a 5-second gap. That way, you guys will know we're looking at each other. I can't with you. I didn't even do anything.
I'm sorry. I can't look at you and not laugh. Okay.
What does that say about me?
I don't know.
Let's try this again, shall we? Take a deep breath. Breathe in.
Stop talking.
That's no better. I'm being serious and Kayla's just laughing at me. Make me laugh, clown. Let me stop. Because then she's going to start laughing again. All right, deep breath. Okay. That was nice.
Yay.
All right, so what would you like to do?
You asked me a question.
You asked me a question. Okay. All right, I'm going to spread these 5 cards out, and then I'm going to pick this one. That way I don't feel like I have to, like I'm not picking hard questions. Here we go. What do you think I value most in our relationship now?
What do I think you value most about our relationship right now? I would say right now, at this very moment, I think you value like actual like life, like being able to like physically be here, because you always talk about how we both sometimes don't have enough time to do things, or like we're always on the go and not like we're taking care of other people and not ourselves. And so the moment where any little something happens to where it scares you a little bit and life makes one of us slow down, you value like the life even more, like being around each other. If that makes sense.
I think I know what you mean. I guess.
Do you need an example?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, for example, there was since we're working on getting healthier and weight loss and all that stuff. But like a year ago, there was a time where I had a health scare, and I think after that health scare, that's what kind of health scare do scare people. That's what kind of scared you a little bit, and I felt like you valued, I guess, my life more.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. So what?
Not saying that you didn't before.
But it just put more of an emphasis
like,
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean,
you more concerned all the time, like all the time, like worried all the time.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at it from my perspective too. I mean, the only person who has loved me without being like wanting something from me or trying to find holes in my personality and my psyche, I don't want to lose that.
Right.
And I know it's more coming from a selfish perspective because I do feel like I need you. I try not to put too much on you as far as like expectations, but I know emotionally I don't allow myself to open up to anybody, and you're the only person that I feel comfortable doing that with. So I mean, at the time I wasn't working full-time jobs. I was working part-time jobs so I can like audition and stuff, and it was causing a strain on you. And that's the only reason why I got that job. The job that I have. If it wasn't for that, I'd still be working part-time jobs and trying to audition and try to do. I mean, that's what I want to do still, but I'm finding a better way to go about doing what I love to do instead of working part-time jobs. So I can understand that. All right.
Okay. Thanks for answering.
Well,
I mean, wait, I answered, but thanks for clarifying my answer and asking the question.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. I'm about to say, I don't look at them cards now.
2. I ain't gonna look. I'm just spreading them out so I have space. All right. Describe the different roles you've seen me play in life.
Oh wow.
That's a good one.
Let me see
Put
this
that in
card.
the back. Okay.
Describe the different roles you've seen me play in my life. Oh wow.
What Adam did.
This wouldn't be just for me. This would be what I have seen you do for other people and for me.
Okay.
So from the very beginning, you had always been a confidant for people. People come to you and talk to you about their problems, and you help them figure out what they need to do. Anytime that something needs to get done, you're one of the first people to stand up and be like, I'll do it. You might not even know what needs to get done, but you're going to do it because someone needs help. You've been an obedient daughter to your parents. Sometimes it might be a detriment to you, but you have still made a point to stay true to yourself, even when there was a time where they may have wanted to still look at you as not baby Mikayla, but little girl Mikayla. And you had to like show them, hey, I'm an adult now. This is what I want to do. You've been a mother to people who need a mother figure before you were even a mother yourself. You always had that nurturing vibe about you, and it's even more manifested because you are a mother. Now you live it, and you know what steps to take. And then just you've been a person who understands people when they don't understand themselves. And it's crazy because sometimes you might not understand yourself, but you go out of your way to understand other people. It's like you find a way to give others what you can't give yourself. So That's why with me, I could go through a bunch of stuff. I can have a whole wide range of emotions that I can't grasp and understand. But you will sit down and try to help me figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what I'm going through. I have no idea what I'm going through, but damn it, we're gonna sit down and figure it out.
Right.
And you've been, it's like, it's like your very steady foundation of which anything could be built upon, because you're gonna be solid, but you will be solid for others more than you will be solid for yourself.
What is the word?
So, and I know I try to be solid for you, and that's kind of how our relationship has been. Like, you're solid for me, I'm solid for you, but when it's time to look inward and fix whatever we may be feeling about ourselves, we can't do it because we don't know how.
Right.
We have been cultivated to help other people, and then once those people have been helped, who do we turn to for help?
Mm-hmm.
We don't help ourselves. So, yeah, that was all. That was all of it.
Thank you.
Did I throw
I like
in
that.
the mother? I threw in the mother thing, like being a great mother. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you was like mother figure before I was mother.
Yeah.
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 Thank you, babe.
I mean,
It's cool to hear the roles that you see me play.
Yeah.
Just to hear it.
Oh, I forgot about the choir thing too. Just
Mm-hmm.
helping people kind of hear what they don't hear.
The feelings. This game will get me all in my feels.
I saw you for a moment, kind of like you tensed your face up a little bit. You was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it on this camera. I'm not gonna do it in front of people.
Okay.
It's okay to be vulnerable, though. I know we're doing this in a public.
If
setting.
I cry, I cry, but I ain't.
Okay.
There was a tear welling up, and I pushed it.
Get back in there, tear from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh wait! Before each one, are we supposed to look at each other, or that was only before we
That
started
was
the game?
like to start the game.
Okay.
I mean, if you honestly, like when we talk, I feel like it's
We still
better
look at
if
each other
we
anyway.
make eye contact, because the point is we're supposed to sit across from each other and make eye contact.
Right. We've been
But-
doing that anyway.
Yeah, I still make a point that you guys are still here. I'm looking at the camera. You guys are still here. I want to make sure we're not forgetting about you. This is just how the game works.
Right.
This I've already looked at the question, and I want you to be honest. I don't
Okay.
want you to try to
hold
anything
back.
up.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this a heavy question?
No, just
We take a sip of water.
what do you think is holding you back, and how can I support you more?
What do I think is holding me back, and how can you support me more?
Yep.
I'm always in my head about things. I overthink and I overanalyze, and sometimes I shoot the idea down before I can even give it a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you help me with that? I'm supposed to tell you how
You're
you
supposed to tell me how I can support you
Mm-hmm.
in those moments where you feel like you're being held back.
Okay, so since I overanalyze and overthink things, when I get into that mode, I'm always like, I can handle it type thing. Like, I can figure it out, by myself. I won't worry this person or put this on them because they may not understand my thought process or the situation or, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So that's when I get into the whole superwoman mode, like, oh, I can do this, or, I don't need that input, so, I'll try to figure it out. So, the way you can help me out with that is, I don't know. Like, I guess continue to do what you're doing, or try to draw it out of me more. Like,
Okay.
be like, what is it probably just ask me like, what is it that you need to do, or what is it that you want to do?
Okay.
Because in my mind, I'm asking myself sometimes, what is it that I want to do? And then now I probably should start journaling because everybody's like, you should start journaling,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that's a good thing to do. Yeah.
I can honestly say that extracting things from you is a full-time job.
I know.
I'm not saying it's a detriment.
It's 11 years in and it's still hard.
Kayla's got thick barriers to protect who she is, to protect, and it's okay because I understand it.
Mm-hmm. And it's also because sometimes when I'm trying to figure it out, I don't know what I want to say or what I want to do. So it's hard trying to draw that out if I don't even know what I want to say myself.
I understand that.
Or how to put it in words.
Well, I don't want to try and tell you what I think you should think as far as what I can do to support you more.
Mm-hmm.
Because that kind of defeats the purpose of the question if I give you an answer when it's something you should try to find. Like, you've already given me an
I was
answer.
about to say, I thought I gave you.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, like, sometimes I'll hear a question and you'll answer it, and then I will also think of an answer to add to what you said instead of taking what you have said and
what's that what you gonna say then?
Well, no, okay. I'd already shift gears.
Oh.
So whatever I was going to say, I
You
already
forgot
let
about
go
it?
of.
Oh.
Because I really don't want to put any ideas in your mind. I want it to be what you said to me just now is what I'm going to do. We're gonna fight about it.
No, not.
Okay. Whenever I have to pull things from you and you don't feel comfortable, it's not like
that's when
not
you just
like arguing.
Tell me to write it down.
Okay.
Like I said, I was gonna journal, but I ain't journal yet. So hold me accountable. You don't want to do that either? You feel like that's going to be an argument?
That's not what it is. When you ask me, okay, I'm going to give you a prime example from years ago. We had talked about, you had wanted me to, like, help you work out. And you told me to hold you accountable. Mm-hmm. And I did my best, but whenever I would say it, it would make you frustrated because you want to do things on your time, which is fine. You're human. That's how you feel. But I did feel in that moment that I was trying to do what you asked me to do, and when I tried to actually do it, I was being hindered in doing so. So when you say to me, "Hold me accountable," I know what that entails, and I know the avenues we're gonna go because we've been down them already. So I could say, "Hey, take time and journal," and you'd be like, "I got all this stuff I gotta do. I gotta prepare for all this stuff. I'm like, I said what I needed to say, and I've tried to give you the support that you asked me for, and now here we are. So I think this is something we can still expand on and work on because I can only do what you allow me to do.
I guess.
Hey, this is good for us. I'm glad you bought these because we need to have these conversations. Yeah, there's some doors that's gonna be open. All right.
I'm still pondering on that question, because you already feel like it's about to be problems when you're supposed to be supporting me.
Not problems. I'm not immediately jumping to the problems. I'm very preventative in things. I don't want, like, if I feel like there will be trouble in the future because of something that has happened before, because we've been in a similar situation, I will do my best to avoid it because I don't, like, I'm not saying we're not strong enough.
You would do your best to avoid it, and then that would be why I would feel like I can do it myself because you avoid it, and then I would feel like I can't say it.
Okay.
See?
That's fair. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where you journal at?
I gotta buy one. I ain't bought one yet.
Well, no, you had one, but now you use it for church, so you gotta get another
Well, that's not the type of journal I was talking about. It's like I do that journal for different stuff. It's like script scrap on, not script scrap, but
one. I know what you mean.
other thing. But I want one like that like has like it's like a certain type of journal. It has like a breakdown and stuff that shows you like you got like it's like a planner journal
Okay.
type of thing.
Okay.
And it has like the date and then like what you want to accomplish today. How are you going to accomplish it? You can put a Bible scripture right here. Your goals for that day, your goals for that week, that type of thing. Because I feel like that'll help me be more, you know.
Yeah.
In my skills.
All right.
All right, so it's my turn to ask you a question. All right, you ready?
I don't even know. No, I'm ready. Let's go. You read it. The way you flipping it around, it's like a tarot
like tarot
card.
card. 5 little t- Okay. You ready?
Come on.
Describe how you feel when you are with me.
Wow.
Boom.
Okay, so
How does it feel? Ooh, you gotta take a deep breath on
you
it.
know how I am with my words.
Yeah.
So, how I feel when I'm with you, it really depends on where we are and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, like now, we're doing the show. Usually, when we do the show, we're very light, we're very jokey. The time that we sit and do the show, and really just anytime it's me and you, are the only times where I feel like the person that I was as a teenager before 9/11 and the war and my parents breaking up, being with you is the only time I feel like I could be that person again.
Mm-hmm.
I can never feel like I can open up anywhere else. I'll go into social situations and immediately distance myself because people have hurt me before. But when I'm with you, none of that matters. I get to be Al, who used to who used to go and play football during lunch and meet everybody and joke with anybody and talk to whoever. And there are moments when that still comes out. Like today, I was working. Ryan and I were working. We were walking, and this couple pulls up on us. They're like probably like our age, and he starts talking to us about our company. Like, hey, did you guys take over the Heath the Atmos contract? And he worked for a line locate company. They just go out and they check for the pipes underground and stuff. And we have this conversation, and I know I can talk to anybody, but in a setting like this, I wouldn't have felt comfortable opening up and saying anything intimate. Of course, because I don't know them. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying in any other situation, I wouldn't do it. And you don't judge me. Like when we judge each other, it's usually joking. Like it's never anything that's like super deep or like I'm bashing you for anything. It's really we get a laugh. And I honestly get to feel open and free. And I know in certain, you remember the rap party we went to for that short film I did with the Five Whys?
Yeah. If
I had gone to that party, well, let me go back so I can explain it to everybody who's listening. So I was in a short film, I had a small part in it. It was more like a pilot than anything. And we watched the movie, and then I think it was that evening or a couple of nights later, they had a rap party at this thing. If I had gone to that party by myself, I wouldn't have felt comfortable talking to people because sometimes I didn't feel comfortable talking to them when we did the table reads because I just didn't know where I fit in, and I wasn't trying to find a place to fit in. I was just like, I got my script and let's sit in this chair and I'm gonna do my part and I'm gonna go home because I don't feel comfortable just being by myself in a room full of new people. Mm-hmm. But then we went to the rap party, and you were there with me, and my personality came out more because I felt like if anything bad happens, Kayla will be there to lift me up.
Mhm.
So I shouldn't put that sort of like pressure on you in social situations, but you're always there to lift me up. So I always feel better when you're around. That was a long way to answer the question.
Well, you are good with your words.
Yeah.
You did have a Oscar nominated winning vow speech at our wedding, and I had to follow that, and I almost forgot half of my words because of you.
Yeah, you did.
But it's all good.
I mean, whenever I talk about stuff like that, I always try to speak from my heart because that's where it's the most genuine. I
You
knew
said I don't speak from my heart.
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I mean.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, so full disclosure to you, for our vows, I didn't know what I was gonna say. All I knew was I was gonna talk about us, and I was gonna talk about where I was at certain points, but I didn't practice anything.
I ain't either. You tell me, but you better with words than me because I was like, wait, I forgot my word.
But I'm so used to not saying how I feel sometimes that when I allow myself to do so, I just let it come from here. Also, I try to take my time because I stumble over my words. So I do my best to take my time when I say stuff. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, look me in my eyes. All right, here we go. Oh my God.
What? Why you scaring me?
Breathe. I'm not gonna set you up for failure.
Okay.
I just.
You scared me with all these.
Here you go.
Okay.
What do you think is blocking me from being the best version of myself?
That's a good one. What is blocking you from being the best version of yourself?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna name some things up.
I'm gonna give you my full attention. I want to hear this because I need to know.
Okay.
That's
Sorry.
fine. We get the burps on this show.
Okay. First of all, fear, depression, confidence, people around you, not physically per se, but like social media wise, comparison. I'll go back to those other things.
Okay.
Comparison. Okay, so going back to where I started. So fear. You let fear come in and you kind of let that dictate what you're going to do versus like what you're capable of. Because you're capable of a lot of things, you're talented. But then you let that fear creep in and you're like, no, I can't do it. I'm not on this level, so it's not going to work. Or I need more time to prepare. So then when you prepare more time, you kind of keep on pushing it off and then it never happens. Depression. You let depression come in and then you get these thoughts in your mind that you're not good enough to perform or to do these things that people have brought to you and they know that you're capable of, but in your mind you're like, I can't do it, and you'll like skip by it or not even face the opportunity. You'll just kind of stop it before it even has the door to open. So you got to get that fear of depression out. The fear and the depression, but fear of depression. You got to get all of that out too. And then I said social media, because like we said, social media can be good and can be bad. But like looking at the status of other people or like how they got there or just like the things that they're doing, and then you'll compare it to you. So you'll be like, well, they did this to get there. why won't this work for me? Or um, I don't know, you do comparison with that, and it's like, don't look at what other people are doing. Just stay in your lane and focus on what will work for you, because that's what's gonna take you to the next level. If you're comparing, it's only gonna slow you down because you're trying to, you know, reach what they're doing, and everybody got to where they're at by doing different things. So you don't know what their path could have been. But then you're kind of missing your path by focusing on theirs. Um, what is that? Fear,
Comparison.
yeah, that all kind of goes into what I was saying with social media too. So like we'll watch something good like a movie or a show, and it's like you're comparing um, their level and ability to yours, and everybody is unique in their own certain ways, and you know even people that's on movies and TVs, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Like somebody's type of comedy is not for every viewer or every audience. But like you have that type of humor that like it works for some people, and we know the people who it works for. But you gotta like put yourself out there for people to actually see it, and you don't. It's like you're a performer, and when people see it, they're like, "Oh my God, he's amazing. That's Al." And so like people be surprised because you don't put yourself out like that. And it's like, but you're an amazing performer, but then people don't see it, so you gotta let people see it and not doubt yourself. So that's what's holding you back. All those things are just listed.
Thank you for that. Um, those things you said, we've talked about it a lot. Um, I think you skipped confidence.
Yes, confidence too.
Yeah.
Because you gotta believe in yourself, and you're always telling me to believe in me, but then you don't believe that you can be the performer that you are. Which, when people see it, you're amazing, like I said. But you gotta put it out there and have the confidence to put it out there because you're funny, you're witty, you're talented. Like you can do a lot of things, and you have a lot to offer, but you don't put yourself out there like you need to. You're kind of fine with being in the background, but you're doing all the work in the background, and people don't see all the work. So I need you to put it out there.
Well, that is a truth bomb for your feelings right there. Okay, so I want you to know that I hear you. I want you to know that, um, and this is the thing that has been hard for me, is I try to kind of get out of a lot of those things. Like I try to pull myself out of it, but sometimes I feel like I don't have um, the skills to do so. I feel like I try to rely on other people to help me because I don't know, I've never been in a situation to be allowed to do things on my own. I've always had to rely on family to do things that the way that I want to do them. So I've been essentially handicapped in a lot of things. And whenever I try to break out of it, I end up falling back in. It's hard to, it's not hard to hear because I hear it a lot. It's hard to be reminded of it and knowing that I'm not putting enough effort to change it. I'll just put it on the back burner and just focus on the things that I'm doing at the time. So then, because that's got to get done. And I never actually focus on the things. I never actually focus on the things that I need to do for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know. Now you know what's working.
Yeah, I do. I need to find some steps and start working on these things. Because I'll say myself with the show, with the podcast, I know there are things I need to do to promote it. And then I'll get focused on something else and I end up not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we first started putting the videos up, I made clips to put up for promotion, and I never gave them to you to put on the Instagram. I never put them up myself. They're sitting on the hard drive, waiting to go, and then I didn't do any for the rest of them. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I'll put so much effort. This is really what it comes to when it comes to like putting out the stuff that I do when I used to do the skits and the stuff that we do now. You put so much effort and work into it. And this is where the comparison comes in. I know I got it bad. I'll put it out and it doesn't get what I feel it deserves for the level of work and effort that was put into it. And then I get discouraged. And I do this with everything that I do, even at work. Like, I got clarification today about something that happened with work where someone got a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
I found out it was between two of us. It was me and him. And he got the promotion. And the whole day I was just like, what did I do? What didn't I do? I'm doing all this stuff. I don't complain and I don't get the promotion. Like, what's wrong with me? Come to find out it wasn't. It happened to do with region, where that person was in comparison to what needed to get done compared to where I was.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't the fact that I did or didn't do anything. I just happened to not live in North Dallas. Had I lived there, it would have been me. And then come to find out, it might still be me. I just don't know how to take putting forth all that effort and then nothing happening.
Mm.
Or it doesn't happen at the speed that I feel it should happen. So that's another one of my problems. Is I try not to feel entitled, but damn it, when I work hard, I feel like I deserve it, and I gotta stop doing that. I gotta earn it like everybody else does. Okay. Let's keep going. This is something. This is almost like therapy.
Therapeutic. You ready for your?
We'll save some money doing this. Let's go.
Okay. At what moment did you realize choosing me was a great idea?
Ooh. Okay.
From this moment.
You got it. I gotta take a little bit of time because I have to like
picture it.
Yeah.
Picture Sicily.
Because there are many moments, but I'm trying to choose like the one.
Did you realize that choosing me
Okay.
was a great idea?
Now, I don't want you to think when I say this that there were not moments before that were, the moment. But
okay.
This was the one. When I heard AD's first cry, that was the moment where it all made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where I knew being with you was worth everything. And we don't really argue. We'll have disagreements. We don't fight. We don't call each we don't belittle each other. But when he cried, there's a picture of me.
We had that ugly cry.
Yeah, and it was just. I never thought I'd be a father. I never thought anybody wanted to be a parent with me. I never thought I had the capability to be a parent. And you chose to be with me and to go on the journey of parenthood with me. And when I saw him, a bunch of emotions ran through me, but the two was appreciation and fear. Those were the two, because I was like, am I going to be the type of father that I wish I had?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to be, am I going to try to steer him in a good direction, or am I going to be a detriment to him? But I knew no matter what, you were going to be right there with me to go through that journey. I wasn't going through it alone. So that was
the moment.
The moment.
When he came out and he was crying, and then I said something and he looked right at me and he stopped crying. Yeah. And then he looked over at you and we was both having that ugly cry. And that's when they got that picture of us. Yeah. That I will forever cherish.
Big ugly cry.
Right. Oh my God.
Big nasty cry. All right. But
oh babe.
I mean, while I wipe these little droplets from my face. Okay. You ready?
Cut these onions up in here.
You say that, it reminds me of this an episode of SpongeBob where someone kept cutting onions by Squidward, and he, like, the second time he just kept getting mad, like, stop cutting these onions for real. I don't want to cry. This is not who I am. I do not like these people. Anyway. Okay. What do you think I want to hear right now?
What do I think you want to hear right now?
Yep. What do you think I want to hear right now?
At this very moment.
At this very moment, sitting here with you.
On this Friday at 7:07.
Boom. 7.
What do you want to hear right now? In this very moment, I'm trying to think. You would want to hear that we're like the #1 podcast all across the board.
That's fair.
Across Apple and Spotify and iHeartRadio and wherever you listening to your podcast.
Close.
You would definitely want to hear something like that. Oh, you say close?
Close.
Oh, okay. What would you want to hear right now?
There's two things. Like, when I saw the question, there's two things that came across my mind.
Do one of them got to do with money?
No.
Okay.
It'd be nice.
Okay, what would you
Look,
say?
I got something in the mail from the IRS. I was like, ooh, it's my check from 2019 that they never sent. And it was just a notice to tell me that I was gonna get a check in 3 to 4 weeks. I was like, y'all could have saved
We just letting you know.
You could have saved the paper from
They could have sent that in email.
Yeah, hey, we sending you a check for $100. Look out for it. Thanks. Cool. I thought it was the check. So I checked the mail and then it wasn't. I was like, save the paper.
I know.
Anyway.
Okay, what would you want to hear at this moment?
So the first thing, you pretty much said it earlier.
What?
I'm capable of being the performer that I want to be. That is something I'm very hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there are so many things that I watch and I'm like, sometimes I feel like I can do it, and then sometimes I feel like because I don't work on it as much, I feel like I can never do it. So, knowing that I am capable, and there have been people who've heard the show that didn't know me and listened to it, and they love it,
right? Because
of us. Right. And I know I throw in so many, like, we're so quick-witted, the both of us, that it's just like, it works. And
like when you actually perform and apply your skills, you're actually really good. Like when I saw you do the improv for the first time, so like that was my first time going to an improv show ever. Like, you know, like the performance and stuff. Not like going to the improv comedy club where they do comedy jokes, but like, and then so to prepare for that, you have been going to, you know, those classes leading up to getting your craft, learning, and then it was your time to show us and you know, your family members and stuff like that you could do it. And like we saw it, everybody was amazed, everybody enjoyed it. Like you were so witty, like. And as I was watching, I was like, okay, I want to see, you know, more of this. Yeah. I mean, we didn't know that COVID was gonna happen right after that, and then things was gonna get shut down. Yeah, but still want to see more of that because hey, we got camera, we got video, we got phones, we got all these avenues that you can use to showcase yourself. They got TikTok now that the young kids on, which I need to hop up on TikTok myself to promote stuff. But you can do all of that still and like show who you are as a performer, so people can see at least a glance. so that you can open it up all the way.
Sometimes being like open and vulnerable, it's scary, and sometimes I will allow that fear to creep in. It goes back to everything that you were saying.
We both do, and I get it.
Yeah. The second thing
Mm-hmm.
that I want to hear is, let's watch WandaVision. I'm not saying it to be funny. I have been staying off of social media as much as I can because I know someone's gonna spoil it, and I'm gonna be mad. We have invested 8 solid weeks of WandaVision. Every time we watch the show, right after that, I go on YouTube and someone breaks it down for something I didn't see because I'm like, it's so good.
It's a great show.
I know some people would be like, there's so much better stuff that's out there. I'm like, yeah, but this is Marvel, and I never got to read comic books because my mom wouldn't buy them. I would watch cartoons and stuff, so I have like a connection to comics because cartoons are nothing but moving comics. But to see like some of this stuff and to see like the emotional stuff they put in, I'm just like hooked. And I'm taking the time because I'm talking about it.
You talk about watching it, and then we can't get to watching it when we still talking.
We're going to watch it at freaking
I got 2 more
10 o'clock.
cards. You got 1 more card, so let's go and get these cards.
Let's watch WandaVision. Let's go.
All right. Describe our most intimate experience that surprised us.
Let me see this guy.
You gotta read it again.
Describe our most intimate experience that surprised us. I wonder what type of intimacy are they talking about?
I mean, you can, hey, read it between the lines.
Because there's the sexual side, and then there's just us, being in each other's embrace. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can answer that question, so I have to follow the rules. All right. So you have
stare
to, yeah.
Without laughing.
Shh. Pass. All right.
Wait, so since you passed it, that means I asked another question. Go back to you. Oh, you got 1 more card for me anyway. So
yeah, we're both on. Yeah, we're both on 1. This is honestly, I'm only passing because I don't know if I have the time to like think about it and be able to articulate it because there's so much other stuff running through my head. Because it's like, describe our most intimate experience that surprised us. So I want to save this one for another time. Like
he wanted to say that one for the old.
Yeah.
Not this one.
So we'll save that one. So then I'll just ask you the last one.
Okay.
Ooh, damn. What do you think you still don't understand about me?
Whew. Do we got the time?
Let me tell you something.
What time is it?
Let me tell you
what okay. What do I think I still don't understand about you? Okay, first of all, you're Gemini. I'm not giving Geminis a bad rep like most people do because I'm a Libra. We get along with everybody because we're the balancing skills. We balance. So
it's time to watch WandaVision. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So we're easy to get along. But you know you as a Gemini. On one side, you're very super creative and nurturing and, just all around amazing person.
I feel like you're setting me up for those.
And then over here is the bullheaded person. People can't cross you. You cut people off real quick and you don't look back. And so you have those 2 people. Sometimes you don't know which side you're going to get. So, therefore, the emotions can some kind. Well, they some kind of emotions, boy. Anyway, the emotions can sometimes be on a ride, like a roller coaster. Like I don't know which way we're going this way. Like what's going on? You'll be in very extreme highs and very extreme lows. And so it's like, okay, which hat I'm putting on today? I'm putting on my therapist hat. I'm putting on my wife hat. I'm putting on my best friend hat. I'm put on whatever so that I can get through whatever emotions you're going through so that I can make sure that everything is okay. So, what's the question again?
I'm about to say, so like, what's the part that like
what
you
do you
don't
think you still
understand?
don't understand about you?
Yeah,
Your emotional roller coaster. That's what.
but
I don't say I don't understand it because
Yeah.
I do understand you, the person, Alfonso. And then the person, Alfonso, I go deep into your emotions. And that's the part that I'm always getting together. I guess I wouldn't say that I don't understand it because at the end of the day, once I figure out what's going on after I go through the different rides, and then I figure it out, and then I fix whatever's going on or help to fix it. So
yeah, yeah. So it's like there are parts. It's you understand it. You understand that it is nothing's ever the same. Mm-hmm. There will be.
I guess like I always question it, but it's not like it catches me off guard.
Okay.
Because I know you. I know that you go through these things. Because that's why I'm with you, because I know how to figure it out. And people you've been with before didn't know how to figure it out, or they just wasn't good enough because they wasn't me. Right. You had to get me to come along,
right,
to be the amazing person to you, so that you can be the amazing person to me. But in the moment, I'm like, dang, what are you going through now? What we gotta figure out, and then we figure it out. So,
I just want you to know, like 3 different times you said the same, like it's the same.
When do you think you said understand about me?
You actually haven't gotten to like the one thing or things that you haven't, that you don't still understand about me.
Why you expect so loud? I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Well, you have to follow the rules too. So if you can't,
why didn't answer?
Did you?
Did I?
No. You went through this whole diatribe about my emotions.
Did I say I don't understand your emotions sometimes?
But it has to be okay. Because this one, I do hear what you're saying. Because my emotions do whatever they want to do. But you figure it out.
But does it matter the time frame when I figure it out?
No.
Because if I'm not understanding your emotions one day and then I figure it out 2 days later when you tell me what actually was going on after we talked it out.
Yeah. But again.
But in that day I didn't understand your emotions, so does that count?
I don't know. I didn't write the card, I didn't make the rules. If you feel confident in your answer, then I will accept that answer. Because I do not want to police what you say and what you think.
So, end of the day, what do you think you still don't understand about me? Your roller coaster emotions. That's my final
answer. Okay. Keep grabbing the mic.
That's my final answer.
Okay. All right, then.
Last question.
You gonna stop slapping this table.
Oh, is it
we are not playing spades.
I'm sorry.
Give me that book. Bow. Domino. Let's go. Those 2 different games, by the way.
Choose 5 words to describe my future that I don't dare imagine.
Damn.
That I don't.
Choose 5 words to describe my future that I don't dare imagine. 5 words. Give me a little bit of time while I'm thinking. I want you to talk to the people while I get these words together.
Okay, people. I'm hoping you are loving our dialogue here because it is definitely opening up some conversations that we'll probably talk about even more off of the podcast. So, I like this, and I actually like that it's a lot of cards, so we can like keep this game going once a month, possibly, until we run out of cards. and then we can order some more. So. You got your stuff?
I gotta work this through a little bit because it's hard to find just words,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be able to maybe not explain it as much, but
Get like a brief description.
yeah. Okay. Teaching, traveling, motherhood, I need two more words.
Two more.
Um, adventurous and singing. Yeah. Okay. So let me start.
Give me some
Teaching. I've been telling you, you have so much knowledge when it comes to natural hairstyles. You say you don't have enough. I've said at least for the last 2-3 years that you have enough to do seminars and the speaking fees that come with those seminars. But let me digress from that. Traveling to do seminars. Once COVID is lifted, go in the cities, having ladies sit down and you be able to do examples, answer questions, being able to help other people reach a level that you're at. And sometimes you don't believe you're at that level, but you're at that level. Motherhood, there will be another child at some point, and I think if anyone can handle being a two-time parent, like it's a championship, you are definitely capable of doing that. What was the other word? I know the last word. What did I say in between that? Adventurous. What I meant by that is being more open to ideas that you never thought you'd be open to before. So I mentioned the seminars and the traveling and performing. And that's where I get into singing because you do the singing lessons with Albion. You, and I say it all the time. You have a voice and you have the ability. Whenever I hear you sing, I'm captivated. When I heard you sing at the funeral, it brought me to tears. You have it. And you and I are the same person. You don't believe that you have it. You don't believe that you're capable of bringing the house down. But when you bring the house down, you be like, damn, that's been within you the whole time? Mm-hmm. It's in you. But you would rather boost others than boost yourself.
That's true.
So
even thinking about that makes me nervous because like the end goal is after I finish a certain amount of lessons, then after this whole COVID thing gets a little bit better than feels like, I'm supposed to do an open mic night to debut what I've been working on, and that's the nerve-wracking part for me because you know how I feel about performing alone. I'm good with choirs and groups, but when it's just me and all eyes on me, I be like.
Why are you and I the same person?
We are. Why? And we give each other the same advice. They help each other, but we don't listen to ourselves.
We don't. Like when I had this training class, the class was called Train the Trainer. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But on the second day, at the very end, everyone that was in the class had to do a skit, and they had to do something about the job. And everyone had to give like feedback, and it was more for the people that were sitting down to give the feedback and you know how that worked instead of like what I was actually doing. And the whole time other people were getting up, I could feel the anxiety. I was like, ugh, I don't want to do it. And then a lot of feedback that people when they got up, what they were getting was that they were talking too fast. And as a performer, I've seen in classes. Kind of how it works. Mm-hmm. So the whole time I'm like, you guys are telling them they're talking too fast. I'm almost certain none of these people have actually like done public speaking or have performed in front of a crowd or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling them they're talking too fast, but that's the anxiety from being up in front of 9 other people.
Right.
And the whole time I'm thinking that, I'm still sitting there like, I don't want to get up here because I haven't been up and performed since COVID, since last January. No, because class still counts. So last March. And I got up and I asked someone to stand up there with me. Soon as I stood up, the nerves were gone. And I was able to do what I do. And it's like, once you do it, the way that you do it, like you feel the nerves, then you put that microphone in your hand, you start singing, all that stuff goes away.
True.
So I know it's terrifying because it means you're getting ready to do something amazing.
Right.
So those
and you
nerves,
always have fear and nerves before something amazing happens.
Exactly. It's like, I think it was Kevin Hart that said it, and maybe it wasn't. It was someone that said it was like you feel those jitters, and then like you're off stage and you feel it, and then the second those lights come on and you step out, boom, you're on. It's like Sasha Fierce.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Beyonce gets nervous, and then when those lights come on, Beyonce goes away, and it's time to throw down.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with you. It's the same thing with me. So I do believe that when that time actually comes and you show people what you can do, they're gonna, like you say, oh, that's Al. They'll be like, damn, that's Mikayla? Like soft-spoken, happy, cheery, always putting other people first, Mikayla? Bringing the house down like that, teaching these people how to do these styles and be effective, go into business for themselves. You know how many people would pay for your knowledge? Kayla, we in here, we living in the scrums when we could be living in the mansion because of you.
Whatever.
Then I come in and
this ain't the scrums.
I mean, okay, when we started out, that was the scrums. Right now, we done moved up. We literally went up. We went up a level. And we gotta get to the penthouse in the sky. The Davis says. Let me show you.
The sky.
You know, deluxe apartment in the sky. I was trying to go with the whole thing, and the sky.
I was like, wait, I ain't trying to go that.
You trying to put us on the moon? We trying to live. We trying to get a palatial mansion on Mars now, because you know they trying to put us on Mars. Ain't no Negroes moving on Mars.
I'm stay right here on Earth with the ill.
Why you baptizing me?
I just want to pet your head.
Okay, it probably looks bad because I ain't brushed my hair. We just got right.
You don't look bad.
Okay, it is now time for the weekly motivation to get you through the rest of your week.
Yeah.
Mikayla Love.
What?
Best of wives and best of women. What you got?
I'm gonna pull a little bit from like these cards we did today, and I'm gonna try to use my own advice too. Confidence
or blame it on your measurements.
Okay, I didn't mean to go.
Well,
he didn't mean to go.
I did.
But confidence. Believe that you can do it and push yourself. I'm talking to myself too. Because now this has opened up and kind of motivated me some more to look into some other adventures. That even though it may feel uncomfortable, you gotta be uncomfortable to make some things happen. Because everything I set out to do for this business was uncomfortable in the beginning, and I still moved forward. And look at me, still growing and showing and flinging. So I gotta continue to do that so that I can grow this empire and not be afraid to make them money moves. Because apparently this guy sitting next to me believes in what I can do. So I need to believe in him too.
You should. Honestly, we had this conversation years ago because it was someone you worked with who was talking about like seminars and stuff, and I could see the the fear in your eyes. And I was like, it's gonna take you a little bit of time to feel more comfortable, but you know, you have something to say, and the podcast has shown that you are capable of saying more than you think you can. So when it comes, you know, I'm gonna be there. Well, I'm not gonna sit in the front because I know you can't look me in my face when you do stuff because it's gonna make you nervous. So I'll be in the back with the bunch bowl, handing out snacks, getting people to sign up for the next seminar that's coming up the next day for a different style. Make sure you pre-book this seminar because, hey, you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. Get your connections now. Go ahead and go on that app. Sign up. $200 a person. You laugh. I'm serious. They gonna come.
It's real.
You know, usually I kind of like pre-think it, but I didn't pre-think this one. Sometimes we don't see the bigger picture when we're standing in the middle of the situation. And sometimes it takes a little push to get a better understanding. I think today, you know, we talked a lot about some things. Some of it, I know definitely I needed to hear. Hearing it from you means a lot because you're right there with me, and it's hard for me to see it sometimes. It's hard for me to see what I'm capable of because sometimes I tell myself I don't, but I've been told otherwise by many other people, and it's not just the acting and the podcast and the comedy. It's the stuff that I do at work. It's you're the best trainer I've ever had. You break things down so that I understand it. You take your time and you answer my questions because I want to help people. Like me being a comedian or doing the podcast or being an actor, I want to help people reach deep down in themselves and pull something out that they didn't think they were able to do because I'm constantly doing that for myself. I can't be afraid to be me. And everyone that's listening should not be afraid to be themselves. They should just be. And it's crazy for me to try to tell them to do that when I don't do it all the time. Or I do it on one-on-one small groups, but like big groups, it's kind of hard for me to do. So pretty much what I'm getting at is if you're like me and you are afraid to kind of open up and try new things and be the person that you feel like you can be, just take your time with it. Be patient with yourself. Step by step, you'll get there. I didn't think I'd be able to do improv. And then I got up and did the show that one time and got some serious laughs. And it wasn't just from my friends and family.
Right.
It was from the other people who came. I'm able to do it. I look in the mirror and I'm like, I can't. I gotta stop doing that. So if you do that too, look in the mirror and say, I can do it. And then do it. We appreciate you listening to today's episode. I would like to apologize, of course. It's been a long day. I spent 2 hours at Jiffy Lube getting an oil change for my truck, and it zapped my energy. So,
Jiffy Lube wasn't so jiffy today.
It wasn't Jiffy. It was I don't even.
You should have went to the one down the street when I went and got my oil change. I was in and out like 10 minutes.
I was trying not to. Okay, the reason why it took so long is because I hadn't gotten an oil change or anything done with the truck since September. So when they see it's a fleet, they try to get everything.
Like, oh, it was like
I had to get transmission fluid done. I had to get an oil change. They rotated my tires. They did all this stuff. It was like $400 worth of stuff. And I was like, I just came for an oil change, but whatever. Y'all gonna charge the fleet anyway. Let me shut up. let's get to the social media because we gotta watch
Social
WandaVision.
media.
What time is it? Ooh, we gonna get
Mickey
back at 9
Styles Salon, Facebook. Had to think about it. Instagram, Mickey Styles IG. Follow me.
YU Pod _ on Instagram, YU Pod on Twitter, the YU Podcast on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the like button.
Yeah.
And join in on the conversation. A lot of the stuff that you've heard today, some of the questions that we've asked, if you're in long-term relationships, ask them to your significant other.
Yeah.
If you wish to share it, let us know in the comments because we need comments too. And make sure you subscribe and watch through the whole video. That actually helps. And then tell your friends about us.
Your family, your co-workers, everybody.
Yep, the place where you go get donuts at, go tell them about it too. They be in there all day till about noon. Sometimes they don't get people come in at after 10 o'clock. They can watch the podcast or they can listen to the podcast in there while they sling them donut holes. What am I saying?
Come on, let's get up our field.
Yes. For Mikayla.
Love y'all. Have a good one.
And Alfonso, we bid you and for the TV that decided not to work today, we bid you a good day and a due. Remember, even though Texas has lifted the mandate, wash your hands and wear a mask until you get your COVID shots. And even after you get your COVID shots, stay safe and wear your mask. Make sure you stay registered to vote because Abbott and Cruz and all these nincompoops in Texas gotta go. They gotta go. And the only way they're gonna go is if you're ready for it. The only way we're gonna get through this is if we get through this together. And Kayla, what's the phrase? If I'm a win,
I'm a win of the win.
That's right. We love you. We appreciate you. And we will see you next time.